Welcome back.
We've been kind of hinting and talking about the community yesterday and today. And if you didn't know, that's our job. Mm-hmm. We are community evangelists. So what does that mean? I saw someone ask the question yesterday.
Great question.
It means a lot of things. Actually, we do a lot of stuff. We engage with you guys in the community. We make sure all the forums and everything are up and running. We run the missions. I know you've seen me in there. If you don't know what the missions are, go check them out later. Great way to earn points easily. I said people have been asking about points.
Everyone loves free internet points, and THWACK points can be turned from free internet points into actual tangible things. I would be ashamed to show people my closet at home with just how much stuff I have in there from over the years, both originally as a customer and then coming onto THWACK, earning points, becoming an MVP, and then eventually coming in and being a Solarian.
I love that you pointed that out. So people who don't know us, both Kevin and I came from community. We worked different places.
Yes.
But we were both THWACK MVPs, which if you don't know, we have had THWACK MVPs in the chat today, helping us answer questions, keeping the chat going, keeping engaged. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you guys.
And we were MVPs before. So before we came to work at SolarWinds, and continue that mission of really pumping up this great community and being involved and sharing knowledge. As you can tell from THWACKcamp, we love to do that.
Yeah. And it's not about the footprint of your organization. It's not about the size of your licensing. It's not about, some of the MVPs have incredibly small deployments, but they're so involved in the community that they stand apart. And because of that, they were nominated as MVPs. We had internal communications to be like, hey, let's look at this, see if it meets our needs and what the program is designed for. And they get invited in. And it's an annual thing. Every single year we come back. So we look at everyone's activity for the previous year. So if you're interested in being part of this, there are benefits. I'm not going to enumerate them all. Just go on THWACK. There's an entire area about what it is. But there are benefits. You kind of bypassed some little steps in between. You want to talk to the UX people? You talk to the UX people. You want to talk to the product managers? You talk to the product managers. It's a fantastic, fantastic program. And I was humbled and honored to be invited in, especially since I came from a customer and I felt like I was very new, but I shared everything.
It was the hardest thing to give up when coming to work here, because we're MVP alumnus. We're not actually MVPs anymore. We work here, but I think we got a little bit ahead of ourselves. Sorry. For anyone out there who's not already a member of THWACK, we encourage you to join. THWACK is our community platform. It is a place where you can go ask questions in the product forums. You can get answers from other people using the products, like our MVPs and other people who aren't MVPs. And from employees like us, like the product managers, like sales engineers. They're out there trying to help people with their product questions. It's also where, we brought this up in the chat in previous sessions, also where feature requests can happen. So you can ask for something that you'd like to see in the product, support for a new device type, or you just want something to work differently, or you want alphabetization in a place that doesn't have it, or whatever.
It happens to be. It can be something as silly as it is, unless someone brings it up to us. Sometimes we're not aware. And I say that as someone who was a product manager for a number of years. Unless you tell me you don't like or don't want this thing to behave like that, I'm going to assume everything is fine.
Yes.
So please let us know. It's not a complaint dump, but it is a place where you can say, I wish this worked like blank. Or even better, for stuff like feature requests, screenshots are amazing. And if you feel yourself is a little artsy sometimes, doodle in what you would want. And that just helps our UX designers go and be like, okay, well, we kind of already know what people are thinking about. And then they just give us 6 options. And then during a UX study, they talk to you and probably a dozen or 2 other people and say, hey, which one of these layouts? What does it do? How does it feel like? Which one? And it's really, really helpful for the product managers to help make decisions moving forward.
Yeah, it's a great place. And, if you're in the community, it's also a great place for you to vote up and say, hey, I like this idea. This is a good idea. It would really help me in my environment. It lets our product managers know what things they should maybe start to prioritize or look at adding to the product. So they're not just, what are people doing in the market? Because that's part of it. But also, what do our users need? We care. Yeah.
And one thing that we probably didn't make clear, but we really should, THWACK is not for customers. Let me rephrase that.
Not just.
THWACK is not only for customers. You do not actually have to own a single piece of SolarWinds product to be a part of THWACK.
It's free.
It's free. and it's free as in beer, not as in puppies. So it's an IT thing.
Yeah.
So that means even if you aren't a current SolarWinds customer, you can still go earn points, turn those points into goods, have those goods shipped to your house free of charge, and then ta-da, you've got swag.
Well, since you've brought up the goods, that means that it's time for us to talk about the new THWACK store.
Redone, refreshed, and all new for 2024.
So if you were out there and you were like, where's the THWACK store? I want to spend my points. It was offline for a while. We were under maintenance. We were switching things around. We were doing things a little differently.
Making things happen in the back end. We had some work to do. Sorry.
We apologize for the inconvenience, but all those points are still there waiting for you to use them now. So, go check out the new THWACK store. Same bad time, same bad place.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing about the new THWACK store is there's literally a filter we built on the left side that says shop your points.
Yes.
So you can literally say, oh, well, I've got 15,732 points. Okay. And we've got stuff in there for 30, 300, whatever. You literally just select this thing and it filters. So you can buy these things. It's like, oh, okay. Add it to cart. If you want more, change the quantity. You want another thing, add that to the cart. At the end of everything, you say, cool, check out, give us your shipping information. Done. It's on the way.
Yeah, we love it. Other than that, obviously we know you love free internet points. We know that you want to spend those on something fun, and we do have good things in there that you can share. We do often have a lot of people towards the end of the year spending them for Christmas gifts. I know that's a thing.
Not untrue.
Not untrue. Yeah. Outside of that, other things that you can find in the community are things like the content exchange. I brought this up earlier. If you're looking for a good way to earn points, share.
Yep.
Sharing the content exchange include things like custom pollers and application templates and config templates and things like that, right? Policy reports. Those are all things that you can share, and you get points for everyone that downloads them.
Yep. You get points on sharing, continuing commenting on things. Almost anything you do on THWACK, nearly anything you do, will earn you some type of points. You like someone's content, guess what? You both get points because you get points for liking it, and the person who wrote it gets points because it was liked. They're not the same value. Don't think you're going to cheat the system. We've been through this. Thank you. And if you've been on THWACK for a while, you probably have noticed a slight refresh. We have reorganized. There are additional things coming. We are going to probably reach out for user experience studies with a handful of THWACksters out there to say, hey, we're thinking about changing this to behave like that. We're basically kind of doing our own micro UX study.
Yes.
But just for community. And there are more changes coming. You may have noticed that under community now, we've reshifted everything. So if you're used to clicking that first one on the left for products, they're not there anymore. They moved over. It's not it's like this much on the screen. It's really not that much. So go over to products. All the products are there with the full breakdowns. Under community, we have broken apart our media area because we realized it was slapdash, I think is probably the best way. It was kind of a little bit cobbled together. Yeah, duct tape and glue. Yeah, and some prayers. So we took that and brought that all under kind of one large umbrella that we're calling the Media Vault, where we have the podcasts, where we have our historical videos, where we put new content, the
THWACKcamp on demand.
THWACKcamp on demand, the tech tips, basically anything we feel like the community will get benefit from and is really geared towards the end users somehow gets onto THWACK. So
yeah, it's been great. I think the point of all this is that change is constant, right? Like, especially in IT, change is constant. Hopefully these changes are good. We like your feedback. I know people do put feedback in Command Central, so we will look forward to more feedback. More changes are coming. They're always going to be coming. There's always new things. One of the newer things that we've been messing around with and working out how that works are community groups. So we have had in the past some community groups. We didn't do much with them, and we're trying to focus a bit more on those community groups. So we have a DevOps community group there where we're publishing individual content there for DevOps people. That's not necessarily about our products, but more about the broader DevOps topic, right? And where you can have conversations that aren't necessarily about SolarWinds things, but more about DevOps things. We're trying to create more spaces. We also have one for database folks as well. So you can go and ask questions like, how do I do this thing in Postgres? I'm trying to do this thing and I don't know how to do this thing. That's a great place to do it. We've got experts there.
Yeah, I am a member of both of them. So that's the other thing that's different. Unlike most of THWACK, our community group groups are volunteer join. Why do we do this? Just so we can keep track of who's in the spaces, so we understand if we need to put more content in here. Do we have enough information? Are we not putting the right kind of interesting content in there? Just to keep track for us, not for you. And long story short, you can go to either of these places. You can read anything. Almost everything on THWACK is read accessible to everybody on the planet.
Yeah.
The caveat for these is if you want to comment or post or put anything into either the database specific one, or there's a couple geographically specific ones, or DevOps or any of those, at the bottom you'll see a little bar that says, hey, you need to join this group.
Yeah.
What does joining the group do for you and your account? Absolutely nothing. We're not going to email you with more stuff. All of the notifications on THWACK are entirely at your discretion.
Opt in.
Opt in. We prefer that so you can keep up with everything, but it is not required. So all you have to do is go up to your profile, your settings, and look at your notifications and your subscriptions, and you can tweak them. I personally, and it's a me thing, since I'm on THWACK all day, every day, I don't always need the emails, so I let the browser basically give me toaster pops when I get new stuff, because I don't need an email, and then I already got the site open. I don't need a toaster pop. So that's a me thing. But there are certain things that I still have emails for, so that I can make sure I'm keeping on top of some things.
Customize it to your will. You know, we want to provide things that are useful for you guys, and whether that is new blog content that works out, and I get to be in charge of figuring out what is working with you guys and not working with you guys. So I appreciate all the feedback you give me. If we're providing things that are not valuable to you, let me know. You know, we don't want to waste our cycles on creating that either if you're not going to be enjoying it and looking at it. And then, you know, at all times we're trying to improve the site, and we're trying to improve the community to be the best that it can be. So again, change is constant. It's going to continue to happen. There's going to be more things coming. We're very excited about the changes we've made in the last like six-ish months.
And new things are going to be there. You're going to see some spaces disappear. Some spaces are going to collapse. Forums that were in one area are going to move to another one. The beauty of the particular platform we're running on is that if you have them bookmarked, or you have them notifications turned on for this group or that particular application type, then if we move them around, those subscriptions stay. So everyone who has gotten in the habit, and I am bad about this too, of adding a bookmark in browser, that's all well and good. But you can actually use THWACK's internal bookmarks for a little more specificity. Yeah. So keep up on them. They can go to groups. They can go to specific piece of content. I have been known to see a really interesting question come up somewhere that I was like, I have an answer for that, but it's 5:30. I don't have time today. So I will bookmark it and then come back tomorrow and spend the time, and then I can unbookmark it if necessary.
Yeah, definitely, you know, make sure that you're using the community to its best purposes. It's really there for you guys to connect, get questions answered, ask questions, help you learn more. Again, it's where I learned. I spent my time when I learned how to use SolarWinds products. I spent all my time on THWACK, and that's where I go. So I think that it's an important place, and we love it, and we're going to continue to push it.
Yep. And I think, honestly, the content exchange, if you spend any time there, especially if you're new, the content exchange is going to be the place to go, because you want to level up what you had. And we've got a lot of questions about, how do I do a widget? How do I do a dashboard? How do I do a this? We have no problem helping you learn how to do those. But for me, the way I learn, it's so much better to learn by example. And sometimes that is just taking something someone else built, importing it, and then salting it to my needs.
Yes. Yeah. Especially if you're just learning how to use SWCL or something like that, right? Like you have to go and start somewhere, and being able to have examples like earlier with the alerts thing, there's JSON examples for setting those up for the webhooks. And it's not, you know, there's one specific to Team. There's one specific to Slack. They're out there. People are sharing them. It's a place to start. So you can customize from there.
Yeah. And we constantly want to hear from you all. So if you are having a good time with THWACK, if there is something you feel like we are missing as a community, that's what the Command Central is for. Go in there, start up a thread, just build a discussion in there, and that way we are sure, hey, this is something that people actually want. It actually happened probably about 2 years ago. People said, you don't have a place for people sharing modern dashboards. And they said, you don't have a place for people sharing scripts and custom widgets. I was like,
who made them?
You are 100% right. Yeah. Let's build those. And those are now in the thing. So should we, I think it's almost time for us to begin our closing.
It's almost time.
I'm sad to go. I mean,
it's been
cue
great.
the tissues. Thank you. Have them on standby. It has been absolutely fantastic, but I want to remind you, if you've had a good time here, you'll probably have a better time in person. So definitely go to THWACK.com/swug, find out when we're coming to your area. I am super excited for London.
Yes.
Always a great town. We will be there in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's coming up
right around the corner. And then after that, we've got a little bit of a break. Thankfully, then we'll be in Denver. And then the last 2 cities of this calendar year are Atlanta and Chicago. Please keep me honest.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. July and September.
There we go. Fantastic towns. We've been to all of them before, but it has been some time. So it'll be nice to reconnect with everybody. I know that we ran into a fantastic group of people at Chicago, and we're really looking forward to seeing them all again. So that pretty much wraps it for us. I will see you obviously next couple of days, but then I think the next time I'll see you in person is in London.
London, yeah.
So I hope I see everybody here in London. Probably not everybody, but if you're interested, please come to London. We would love to see you. For SolarWinds, I'm Kevin Sparenberg.
And I'm Crystal Taylor. Thanks for coming to THWACKcamp.